Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be reading to you the book Hands Off My Honey by Jane Chapman and illustrated by Tim Warrens. Hands off my honey. For Claire Warren, who shares her shredder and computer, thank you. Hands Off My Honey by Jane Chapman and illustrated by Tim Warrens. Bear stomped and stamped to his hollow by the big oak tree. The ground rumbled, the daisy shook, and the leaves trembled in the trees. I have a great big jar of delicious honey, Bear bellowed, and it is all mine. Bear looked around, but everyone had disappeared. Don't even try to take a pawful, he boomed. I am the scariest bear in the forest, and I won't share a single drop. See his big jar of honey here? The woods were silent. Even the birds stopped chirping. The only sound was the slurp of Bear's tongue as he licked. Yum, yum. Mouse, the Rabbit brothers, and Mole peered out of a bush. That jar is enormous. And he's keeping it all to himself, whispered Mouse. Well, I love honey, and I'm going to get some. Is anyone with me? The Rabbit brothers both raised a paw. Mole looked at the honey. I'm in. Mouse picked her way carefully through the branches. The Rabbit brothers held paws and began tiptoeing cautiously when, snap! Whoops! That was me on a twig, whispered Mole. Get down, hissed Mouse. Bear's eyebrows lifted. The animals held their breath. But Bear dipped his paw in once more and was soon licking noisily. Whew, whispered Mole. Sorry, Mouse. Mouse patted him on the back. No harm done. Now, follow me. We can see Bear here. Boy, he's having a great meal with all that honey. Mouse zipped to the left and right, keeping to the shadows. The rabbits raced behind, shivering excitedly. Mouse waved to Mole, but as he dodged a stinging nettle, he tripped over a root. Oops, he squeaked. Flump! Bear turned suddenly. Mouse tucked his head under his paws. But Bear was busy with a long, sticky dribble down his arm. Look at the honey just dripping down all over his arm and his nose and his tongue. Boy, he sure looks happy. I see a bee up here, though. I bet you the bee's going, hey, give us back our honey. Sorry, whispered Mole. Roly-poly moly, eh? Mouse peered through the ferns. Listen up, team, she whispered. We need to be fast and silent if we're going to get that honey. Rabbits, she commanded, lead the way. The Rabbit brothers and Mouse were masters at dodging thorns. They whizzed through the brambles and pole vaulted over the puddle. Taking a deep breath, Mole headed into the thorns. A prickle stuck in his bottom, but he didn't even squeak. I can do this, thought Mole. I will leap over the puddle and finish with a commando roll on the grass. He picked up a stick and began to run. Splash! Oh no, just look at me, gasped Mole. I'm soaking. The rabbit brothers clung to each other. Mouse froze. Bear's slurping stopped. Bear's ears twitched. Bear's eyes popped. What's going on here? He growled. Oh, Mouse said she loves honey and she's going to get some, cried Mole from the puddle. What? Didn't you hear me say this honey is mine? Roared Bear. Yes, I did, Mole squeaked. But Mouse said she was going to. Oh, look! Mouse slowly stretched out her arm and dipped it in the honey jar. She scooped out a golden pawful and licked her fingers triumphantly. Oh, cried Mole, covering his eyes, I can't look. Bear swung Mouse up in the air, and they both laughed and laughed. Bear rolled the rabbit brothers over in the grass and tickled Mole's tummy and toes. You win again, he laughed. You're all just too quick for me. The wriggly-giggly heap of paws and whiskers got stickier and stickier. Big Scary Bear is my favorite game, sighed Mole happily. Can we play it again? Please. Oh, all right, smiled Bear, standing up. You four, go and hide. I've got a great big jar of delicious chocolate, and I'm not going to share. Everybody looked so happy. And that's the end of the book. So they were playing a game. I was thinking that Bear was going to be very selfish and keeping it all to himself, but no, he was playing with his friends. Thank you for listening to me read Hands Off My Honey.